All right, coming up next, a good welterweight matchup here between Tyron Woodley and Jorge Gamebred Masvidal. All right, so here he is, Jorge Gamebred Masvidal, turned pro in mixed martial arts back in 2003. More than 45 pro MMA fights to his credit. Seems to have finally found the division in which he belongs and trying to make a run here to welterweight title contention.
At welterweight, he has a speed advantage. He also can still defend takedowns very, very effectively. You want to fight? Get an octagon. Get a boxing ring. Let's go in someone's backyard.
Yeah.
It does not matter. Just tell Jorge Masvidal where it's at. He'll be there. This is a fighter's fighter, and he's always looking for a good scrap.
And that's why when Leon Edwards confronted him backstage, had to give him the three-piece in the soda, right?
He got him with a biscuit. He got him with the biscuit.
All right, so here is a man with one of the better welterweight resumes the sport has ever seen. The former champion Tyron Woodley held the belt for several years, and now the focus on getting back to the top of the heap.
And he's one of those guys that has that ability to go and do that, because one performance can be so impressive that everybody starts screaming, give this guy a title shot. The way that he flatlined Josh Koscheck, the way that he knocked out Jay Heron, but then he went and submitted there until you see Tyron Woodley, even as a champion, continuing to evolve, and it will only take one big night for him to get right back where he wants to be.
He has dealt with a lot of interesting stylistic challenges, had the two-fight series with Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, one of the tougher matchups for him in this division. Woodley is back here tonight and looking to put on a show on the greatest proving ground in the sport. Our tail of the tape for this highly anticipated welterweight fight. Masvidal is 35. Woodley is 38. Masvidal is 2 inches taller. The reach is identical. And with the official introductions, here is the veteran voice of the Octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a boxer holding a professional record of 35 wins, 17 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of Miami, Florida, Jorge Gamebred Masvidal. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 19 wins, 7 losses, and 1 draw. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, USA, Tyron, the Chosen One, Woodley. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Yves Lavigne.
The veteran Yves Lavigne draws the assignment here.
You ready?
All right, crowd getting excited as this fight gets underway, and you hate to call any fighter on this UFC roster a specialist, but on one side, you have a definite striker taking on a true 5-tool player.
And you see a guy in the striker who knows exactly who he is. He knows where the fight needs to be. He knows what he has to do in order to be successful. Let's see if he can keep his opponent off of him.
Working off of his back here, looks like he may try to hip escape. Well, you got to stay busy on the bottom. He's doing it here. Nice punch. All right, great position for him here. He's got the full mount. See if he can get that ground and pound going.
Oh, he's got to get it going, but he can't rush. A lot of times, guys get in the full mount and they rush, they get nervous. They're like, oh my goodness, I'm winning. Reality is, you're winning, but it can change in a matter of seconds because then they can be gone. He's got to drop his hips, be really heavy at the opponent's base, and then just start to work. Make the opponent give his back so that he can try to get his chokes off or find great ground and pound, but very patient ground and pound from such a dominant position.
Lands the ground and pound strike here.
He's putting him in exactly the positions he needs to be in right now. He's able to relax here, and he understands, being a veteran of so many fights, that as long as he's on top, he's winning. He feels like he's winning here.
So just over 20 total strikes have landed for the chosen one, Tyron Woodley. Oh, that's a big right hand there from Game Bred. Boxing fundamentals, certainly not an issue for this guy. Very tight.
He's as sound as they come, right? A lot of times you see a guy that comes from a street fighting background, and they wing everything. They try to knock everyone out with every strike. Masvidal does not do that. He takes his time, finds and picks his spots. That's why he's getting the finishes that he gets now.
Oh, strong punch there by Game Bred. Looking to land the right hand, he misses.
One takedown is easy to defend. When you start stringing them together is when guys struggle.
Well, it looks like Woodley's pass is denied. Oh, wow, that happened quickly as the fighter reverses position there on the ground.
Unbelievable position change. Wow, what a transition.
All right, close guard now. All right, bottom fighter here, maybe looking to hip escape, DC. Well, working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound by Woodley. Oh, his opponent squirming like a fish out of water now. The ground and pound is on point. This could very well be the beginning of the end.
This could be the beginning of the end. We've seen some really good ground and pound fighters. This young man is as good as any we've ever seen.
Oh, the ground and pound is there.
He jumps on a head.
Oh, and there's the horn at the end of the round. How about this fight, folks? You see, he was nearly caught in a submission there right at the end of the round. Saved by the bell. So back to the stool. Mentally probably not in a great place here. We'll see if he can recover and get himself back into this fight. All right, now we check out some of the action from that previous round, DC. How about the display of striking?
Just high level. I mean, you would think that we're watching a K1 level kickboxing match opposed to being in the UFC. Both displayed great technical skills, unbelievable striking.
All right, folks, here we go with our next round. And in terms of his output and his efficiency with his significant strikes in the previous round, you can argue that was the best 5-minute stretch of his UFC career.
Oh, absolutely the best 5 minutes he has ever had. He was in a zone. Everything he threw was just landing and landing with vicious intent. He's got to feel confident as he gets off the stool for the beginning of this round. Ooh, big shot lands.
Stuffs that takedown attempt without issue. And they separate. Strong defense here as the hook to the head is blocked. Just missed with that right hand. Well, for years, Tyron Woodley had said Jorge Masvidal is the best boxer on this UFC roster. Certainly showed you the hands there.
I mean, he's showing it, man. I mean, he's showing it, John. This guy has an ability to stand and box with anyone in the UFC. And that was on full display when he beat Nate Diaz.
So we call on the fight stats here. These numbers are unofficial, but 52 total strikes, as you see there, have now landed for Tyron Woodley. Well, the accuracy rate, you'll have to take my word for it, DC, but 59. Oh! Back to the feet.
Who's hurt? Serve him up. Go get him.
All right, well, he's landed some good shots tonight, but there's no three-piece, there's no soda, more often than not. Right there, he could be in trouble.
He's in trouble. He's hurt bad. He doesn't know if he's in the octagon or at his mama's house for Thanksgiving. Dude's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him. Knock him out. The fight's done.
And he lands a punch there. Pretty good connection by him.
Great connection. He's in a great flow right now. Ooh, head kick lands and he's hurt.
Ooh.
What a fantastic strike to throw at the exact right moment. He deserves this moment. Go finish this fight.
Ooh, blocks the shot. Oh! Well, he has really picked up the pace here in round 2. Much more aggressive than we saw in round 1, and now starting to find himself in the pocket. Some nice back and forth action here. Stuffs the takedown there. How good is his takedown defense?
Massive knee to the body land.
Oh, Masvidal in a real flow here, sticking and moving. Crowd is like just reacting every time he moves.
Masvidal now has the crowd eating out of his hands. The one thing about Jorge that makes him so difficult to deal with is he never allows you to trap him. When you think you got him trapped to try to enter for a takedown, he evades and escapes. He's a phenomenal fighter.
All right, so a good job by him here. He continues to block these shots. Seems to see them coming a mile away.
He sees them coming a mile away, and he's blocking them.
DC, he is hurt.
A massive hook lands, and his opponent seems to be on his way out of the fight.
All right, so there's the end of the round. Few things in MMA more devastating than a head kick, and nearly produced a knockout for him there.
We talked to him earlier in the week, and he talked about chances to take the kicks high. He got a chance, he took it, he landed that kick and almost got the fight finished. Let's see if he can go and do that again.
Third round underway. Starting to do some really significant damage to the body here. Another strike lands there. Well, back in the day, he was brawling in backyards in the 305 alongside Kimbo Slice. Now he's one of the biggest superstars in the UFC and showing that he's still got plenty of work to do tonight.
I mean, he's got plenty of work to do, and he has the swagger. A Miami.
Oh, nice job to defend the takedown and scramble to his feet. That knee might have landed there. Another nice knee there. Oh, nice knees by him. Man, he does not discriminate. He is throwing to all parts of the target tonight.
They talk about using all your weapons. Tonight, he is using those knees.
How about that strike over the top, and now his opponent in a world of trouble.
Beautiful lever chain to make him think of going low and then come right over the top with that beautiful overhand. Great punch.
And there comes the separation now. Strike lands there, DC.
He landed that massive shot. Now he needs to try to find the next shot, the follow-up shot that will finish the fight.
85 total strikes have landed for Tyron Woodley. And the accuracy rate 69% tonight against Jorge Masvidal.
It's in there deep. There you go. Oh, that was a big takedown. Is this the one that's going to break?
And there it is. All right, so a wild round and a wild sequence there on the ground, DC. Talk us through the highlight.
He's such a phenomenal grappler. I don't understand how people don't know that this guy wants to submit you. He is the best grappler, best submission specialist we've seen in a long time.
So a seminal moment for this fighter here tonight as he gets the win by submission. Huge victory in his career, and it'll be very interesting to see how they matchmake him moving forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Evil Being is going to stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 34 seconds of round number 3. Declaring the winner by submission due to a guillotine jump, Tyron, the Chosen One, Woodley.
Well, what an incredible result here tonight as you see the winner there celebrating his victory by way of submission, and they put so much stock into finishing this fight. They felt like to really spin his career forward, they needed to not just win, but get the finish, and they certainly got it tonight.
They got the finish. He's such a terrific grappler. Every time he is on his back, he looks for submissions over and over again. Eventually, he